He's a great young coach. He specializes on one side of the ball, something that the current coach does not do.
The current coach, who's current coach?
Coach Zero, whatever you want to call him, Ed Ogeron, Coach, however they come with it, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Late Nights, early mornings, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Then I heard he back relapsing. I heard he about to go back to AA meetings.
Oh, man.
It is what it is, though. But we just
may not
you
be.
said you really wanted to come in with it, so we came in with it, man. So,
all right.
Even like you said, these young kids are different. Well, hold up, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to call me no dummy. You're not about to tell me that I can't think. You're not to tell me what I can't do. And so now choosing an option, I think NIL is why I love the NIL. It's optional. It gives options for what's going on. And so now it's going to, Dante says, make better people. It's going to make better people. And I want to say again, it's going to make better programs. And it's going to have to.
the thing with Coach O is, though, he really think he could fight. Like y'all laughing like nah, he really think he got them hands.
Like knuckle up fight.
Yeah, he really think he got them hands.
The streets,
yeah, he really think he got them hands.
Wait a minute, man. Come on,
Like,
what? Please tell me what.
He really think he got them
I don't
hands.
know. Wait, how he get from Coach O to man? He really think he can fight.
Bruh, like,
We're like you about to school.
like he really, like this dude really think he got hands. Though I don't like the way he did Jock the other day, man. Y'all seen what he did,
No,
Jock?
because these programs you're talking about, they're going to have to step up.
Yeah.
If they want to keep getting, I know they want recruits and play football and all that stuff like that, but they're going to have to, because now kids are going to be choosing not just based off of NIL what they can make money, but then, you know, you got to educate me on even how to handle this business, this company that I am now. It's about to change things, bro.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
There it is. What up? Welcome to the Evergreen Pod. We are here. We are excited, man. It's a dope interview. We got a special guest in the building, so you know we be turning up. Where we got guests in this thing is the Evergreen Pod. To my far right, we're gonna introduce my guest from my far right, Dante. What's up? You good?
What's that now?
Co-host Dante. I am DM. What's up, Doug? You ready, bro?
I'm ready.
You ready to go? Ooh, well, I thought about that picture just now behind you. That boy is ready to go, and he got a bat right there too. I'm glad he ain't had the bat just now swinging. Let's go, man. And welcome to the Evergreen Pod for the first. Well, actually, I don't know if it'll be the first time. Kind of like first and a half time because we was on the phone last week. Give it up for Will Lambert. Make some noise.
What up?
I find my claps and make sure I got the right one, Will. Oh, I ain't got the right one.
Hey, we can come out like that.
I ain't got the right one.
Come out like that, man.
We go out with gunshots.
Locked and loaded.
Welcome to the pod, man. Welcome to the pod.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.
We here, man, and we didn't even actually talk about nothing we was gonna talk about, so we about to go for it.
I'm ready.
You ready, huh?
I got my first question ready for him.
Let's go then. Let's go. Anyway, let's go then.
About that action,
I'm
boss.
about that action. Will Lambert,
What's up, Doug?
you are the athletic director
Come on, he the intro man.
at LSU right now. You at a press conference.
Uh-oh.
You are getting ready to introduce the new head coach for LSU football. You walk up to the podium in a custom suit,
All day, every day.
probably from Brown and Brown. Shout out to Gino Brown.
Shout out Gino.
Gotta get it in.
So you walking up with your custom suit, cameras there, WAFB, WBRZ, Fox 44,
ESPN.
ESPN and that thing. Let's go.
Everybody there.
SEC Network, all that.
Right? You walk up to the podium. I am proud to introduce the new head football coach, LSU Tigers, is
Luke Fickle.
There it is.
Luke Fickle.
My guy, man, former Cincinnati Bearcats, as I say former because now he's the LSU Tiger head coach. Right? He is. I want to give a big shout out to the Evergreen Podcast too. That's how I'm gonna be really at the press conference. Like, ESPN, none of them don't really matter, man.
They already
We
got
just
their
getting it in,
buzz.
man. But I really would go with Luke Fickle just because he's a great young coach. He specializes on one side of the ball, something that the current coach does not do.
The current coach. Who's current coach?
Coach Zero, whatever you want to call him, Ed Ogeron, Coach, however they come with it, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Late Nights, early mornings, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Then I heard he back relapsing. I heard he about to go back to AA meetings.
Oh,
you know, 'cause
man.
it is what it is, though. But
man.
we just
may not
you
be.
said you really wanted to come in with it, so we came in with it, man. So,
All right.
but you know, shout out to Luke Fickle, man. I really like what Luke Fickle doing at Cincinnati.
I'm about to
man.
say, he's coach over there now, right?
Yeah, he's the coach
Okay,
right now, man.
okay.
And I see no loss on the horizon for them, as y'all was talking about a couple weeks ago. I can come out with the bold prediction. I think they're gonna be the #1 team in the country before the season over.
Wow.
If you look at Georgia and you look at Iowa definitely gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
They don't have no speed on the outside.
None.
Georgia still gonna have to play either Texas A&M, Alabama. They still got to play Florida. They got a loss somewhere coming up.
Outside the Power 5?
Who?
They gonna put somebody at number 1 outside the Power 5?
Got to. They number 3 right now.
Wait, Cincinnati number 3 right now?
Cincinnati number 3 right now.
Wait, so is Georgia 1?
That should be LSU, man. That should be LSU.
It should be.
You know why I say that should be LSU? Because we was talking in my sports group, man. Shout out to all the guys in my sports group, man. We was texting today, and they really should have hired Luke Fickell last year.
Wow.
Because if you think about it, LSU went 5-5, correct?
Yep.
True.
If a dude don't throw a shoe at the Florida game in the fall, they don't beat Florida.
Right.
If they don't have no momentum from beating Florida, that means they're not going to beat Ole Miss because Keyshawn Boutte not going to go crazy.
Right.
Like, so they carried their momentum from the Florida game into the Ole Miss game, but Luke Fickell really should be the head coach. They should have got rid of Ogeron last year.
Yeah. Yeah. It was perfect timing, too.
Yeah.
It would have worked out. Luke Fickell specialized in what
Defense.
side?
Defense was the defensive coordinator at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he coaches the special teams also, something that Ogeron only do at nighttime.
Oh, man.
You know?
Man,
I'm just saying, man. Have a good week. Let's go, man. Hey, I know it cuts all off guard. Go back and watch the podcast from last week, man. It was a great interview.
Hey, TikTok, I'm telling you right now, is going to go
They're going to go
crazy.
crazy.
I already know. I already know what the comments going to be.
I love it.
man.
I love it, man.
Welcome to episode 16.
It's gonna be the best episode ever,
Oh,
man.
bro. We about to get them clicks, man. All right, so Georgia 1.
Yeah.
Who's 2?
Iowa.
Iowa 2.
Cincinnati 3 and Oklahoma 4.
I bet you can't name a player off the Iowa team.
I
right
can't. I can't.
Dante?
I watched the whole game. I watched the whole game and I can't name one. I watched the whole game they played against Penn State last week and I can't name one player.
I bet they do have a tight end that's going to go in probably the first 3 rounds.
They got
They always have a tight end.
They got an offensive lineman. They probably gonna find one DB.
Yeah.
And
he probably gonna be from Florida.
Exactly. Somebody,
That's true, though.
somebody that got out of JUCO. Somebody got out of JUCO, or they caught up. Got lucky, got in on them early or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you got them two take a loss at 1 and 2, who you gonna put at?
Yeah, and if they don't lose because you already put them at 3. You put them at 3 with 6 games left. 6 games left. Yeah.
And they play nobody.
They play nobody. I look at their schedule.
Yes,
they play
they
nobody.
all clear. Like it would have been a lot tougher if Penn State would have won.
The problem,
Now, see, schedule would have been
a lot of people been telling me, hit me up. Well, what you think about the Penn State coach? He can't coach.
No,
the Penn State coach cannot
Ryan
coach.
Day can't coach.
No, it's
James Franklin.
Oh, Penn State.
Penn State coach cannot coach. He's a great
Ohio
dude.
State.
He's a great man. He's
a
leader
good motivator.
of men.
Right.
Yeah, he's a
Motivator.
leader of
Yeah.
men.
Right, but coaching is a different thing.
X's and O's.
Yeah,
he ain't got
ready
that.
for it. Yeah.
He ain't got that. The dude had NFL quarterback and an NFL running back. Saquon. He has Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's true.
McSorley.
That's true.
So if you have them plus the wide receivers they always have a good speed wide receiver.
Right.
The defense, they probably got the number 2 or 3 strength conditioning coach in college football. Like if you ever look at Penn State, those dudes dominate the combine.
Yeah.
Right.
Why they can't dominate on Saturdays?
That's true.
Right.
And they only got a beat in the season. They only got to beat 3 teams.
That's it.
Michigan State, and Ohio State. That's it.
But here's the question:
Wisconsin,
what do you
maybe
really need
depends on
though,
you.
in as far as college sports? Because you can go with the approach of being a specialist on coaching a position or coaching a side of the ball, or would you rather have a CEO that knows how to delegate authority, knows how to run the ship, knows how to keep the boosters happy?
Are you asking me this?
Keeping the
Well, I've seen it work. I've seen it work
I've seen
On both ways.
I only seen it work with the CEO type 2 times. So get me if I'm wrong. College football been going on a long time.
Right.
The only 2 CEO coaches that ever did it was Dabo Swinney and Coach O. And if you look at both of them this year, they're the only 2 that don't coach the side of the ball.
That's true.
Jim Tressel.
Jim Tressel was that's almost like a different era, and he coached the special teams.
Okay.
What about
Shout out to all the players from Louisiana.
Bobby Bowden?
Bobby Bowden was great at defense though.
He was.
And he
But
got
he had
Mickey Andrews.
Mickey Andrews.
And he got Mickey Andrews. So he's still enforcing his will on that defense.
Okay.
He's recruiting safeties, making them linebackers.
Yeah, he did.
He's recruiting linebackers, making them DNs. He's recruiting DNs, making them D
That
tackles.
kind of changed that game too.
It did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Prime too, man.
Yeah, Coach Ryan. Hey, we got to talk about that in a minute too. I don't want to jump too early to that because I sent y'all something today. That joke said they got 200 recruit visits, like 200 recruit visits for the next game, the homecoming game. They got 200 recruits coming in.
Shout out to Sonic Boom too.
Yeah.
He said they got to be an HBCU record, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Easily.
Yeah.
You know, and he said unofficial
Easily.
visits, but you know what I'm saying, they coming in and checking it out.
If you was a recruit, would you go? You was number one player in the state of Louisiana. Would you go
On the visit, or actually just go
On a
to-
visit or
Just
go commit to
actually on a visit? One of your 5
Official
visits.
visits.
Official visit. Would you take one of your
no.
5 official visits and go to?
Now,
Jackson
explain
State?
it to me because I'm
Who else
I'm
knocking
new.
on that
So
door?
you got 5. You got 5.
you get
official
5
visits.
official visits.
Yeah.
Okay, this is news to me. I'm learning.
So
I don't know that.
we going through. I'm going through this right now with a couple of my athletes. So you get as many unofficial visits you want. You can go to any college campus.
What determines the difference between official and is
Official
paperwork or
visit.
just
Well,
like
official visit they pay for everything.
got it.
They put you in a hotel room. They fly you out. Fly you and two other people.
Unofficial be if the boosters pay for me.
Yeah, they pay
Yeah,
for both.
depending on how good you are. Depending on how good you
Unofficial
are.
be if they pay for me.
Let me tell you something. Unofficial and official, that's just the word, but
Right.
they pay for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still getting them $100 handshakes.
Yeah,
Right.
depending.
Hold on,
Depending on your skill
and
level.
it's legal now.
Right. So yeah. Right. True.
Depending on your skill, well, yeah, before in the before times, before NIL. So unofficial, basically, this is the broke visit.
Right. Right.
Official visit, they paying for everything. They take you out to eat. They put you, they usually set you up with someone who's a like personality to you, and you pretty much kick it with them and the team the entire weekend while they show your parents to school and,
Right, all
and
that
stuff
good
like that.
stuff. Right.
And usually you be sitting in meetings and stuff with coaches and stuff all day long, and then go out whatever you're gonna do at night.
going
They
clubbing.
usually give you.
They
usually give you-
so you a good time. Yeah.
They usually give you a curfew though. They still give you a curfew, and you be if you serious about going to the school, you do well to adhere to that curfew, and and then
But they still give you a
they fly you
curfew?
back. Well, here, I mean, I'm like I
Don't
said,
get nobody in trouble, man.
I mean, once again,
I'm just saying,
you know,
they
it's
give you
probably,
one.
They probably give you one. And
They give you
whether
one.
they enforce it real strong or not.
Let me tell you something.
Why you laugh like that?
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Look, you just asked me. You just asked me what the official visit is.
Honestly, I did not know that because
He didn't know it
You didn't even know they had a curfew.
I'm being honest right now because when I was at LSU, I'm gonna say when we were at LSU, I ain't gonna say
political, go
because
ahead.
everybody was in this together. When we hosted recruits, man, I don't remember. I mean, I can remember some guys that I had. Like, I didn't see till like if they got there that Friday, I wouldn't see them till like that Sunday morning.
Ooh.
So I don't know if. I know,
Well, they probably was inside. They probably was inside in some room on time.
Probably in one of the hotel
They
rooms.
wasn't on the streets after
honestly,
curfew.
I did not. I didn't know they had I didn't know they had curfew.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't.
crazy.
But because they never really told us. They was like, okay, give you a little per diem,
Yeah, right.
to take them out and stuff,
Right.
and that was basically it. They never
That's
said
it.
we'll be back. Now you had to make sure. Now one thing you did have to do though, if they got there Friday, you went out there Friday night, they had to be up Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Right.
So you had to meet the coach. You had to be there.
Exactly. So-
and all that stuff.
Right. So technically, right, right.
Technically,
it's
take care of
curfew.
itself.
It take care of itself. So
Right.
you just make sure you. Now, if they didn't make it, then you would be probably reprimanded.
Right.
Like,
That's your fault, right.
that wouldn't look good.
So there you go.
So you got 5 visits.
You got 5 visits.
You get 5
said if
official
I'm
visits.
number one player in the state.
Number one player in the state of Louisiana.
What position I'm playing?
DN.
All right, I'm playing.
DN outside linebacker.
Would I go to Jackson State?
For
For a visit.
official visit.
Just for a visit. I'm not saying.
No, absolutely.
You going?
Absolutely. I'm going.
Why?
I gotta go.
Why?
It's the only thing happening like that in the country. It's HBCU. I'm B. You know what I'm saying? So I am black. You know what I'm saying? So I got a rep, and even for me visiting that school, to me, now y'all tell me, but even me visiting, if I'm number one player in the state, if me visiting
So that means you are.
tells other people, what they going to look over.
Okay, so you saying number one player in the state of Louisiana, right?
Yep.
that means you a full 5-star recruit.
Is it Mason Smith from last year?
Exactly. You're a full 5-star recruit.
Yeah, now see, it would be different. Now, you asking me, it'd be different for me because I hear like your story and like your cousin Beck was like that too. You know, y'all kind of knew where y'all was going already.
Right,
Y'all kind of made up your mind. So it really wasn't a lot of choosing. I'm that type of person too. I would go there just for GP.
Yeah.
Because I know, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I'm there because I'm picking there, but I would go there to see what they're talking about. But it wouldn't take me no 5 visits nowhere. You know what I'm saying? 1 visit, 2 visits, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because. You know what I'm saying? I would have.
It's very rare people take all 5. Them visits be wearing you out.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I bet they do. The way y'all just described it just now, I was tired.
Oh, it's meetings. It's like it's meetings. They're telling you, giving you the shine on. Yeah, this is what we're gonna looking to do with you. This is how we envision. You helping turn the team around and all this yada yada yada.
Yeah, I'm going.
And you show up on campus.
What about
and
y'all?
all them stores disappear.
To Jackson State right now?
For an official visit?
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going. The reason why I'm going is because of Coach Prime, what he stand for, what he doing.
Yep.
And he might jump ship this offseason and go to a Power 5 school. But I'm going to still go get my visit in and show respect because if he do go to a Power 5 school, then that opens me up. I might not want to go to LSU. I might not want to go to Texas, Bama. If he go to USC, I'm Hollywood.
Right.
I've been there.
That's true.
This is true because you took time to go visit over there.
I took time. I met the man.
Yep.
He met my parents.
All right,
You
right.
know,
All that is really intimate, right?
I know his son gonna transfer with him, so I know I'm gonna have a quarterback. So it's like it's different, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wonder, out of those 200, how many 4-star, 5-star guys are there? I'm pretty sure it's
out
more.
of 200, bro. Like 200, like people that's coming for a visit. Like so that means you got to be good enough to play next level. And somewhat, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't anybody. Well, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't know if they just let anybody just go on a visit or is
Unofficial, you can go.
Yeah, unofficial.
Yeah. So, but the thing about it, like for this, all 200 is not going to spend the weekend there.
Right. They probably just coming for the game.
Right,
Or something like that.
you have a select few, but the thing about Dion and y'all know the kids in this generation, he is a master at marketing.
Absolutely.
Dion always marketing himself, and so he's bringing that to Jackson State and marketing it perfectly. So from kids watching it on Instagram, I watched the game from when they played Alabama A&M, the highlights, the clips. These boys was having fun.
They was
dancing. They was cutting up. His speech before the game when he talked about.
I would take time if I had time.
If I had time, I'd tell you how the O-line going to dominate. So those things, it galvanizes young players and young men. Like, I at least got to see what he's talking about.
Yeah, right.
Now, man, it's hard.
When it come down to when they put their pen in your hand.
I know that's
but y'all always I say this all the time. It's always we were talking about social media before we got on here.
It takes one.
Now, look, it's views, man. It's views. And if I'm gonna get on TV, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 times a year, maybe 4-5 with Prime, they get on TV, ESPN plus every, you know what I'm saying,
every week.
Yeah, that's cool.
If I ball, I mean, we saw that with Steve McNair.
But you gotta. But that's the kids is one thing. The athletes is one thing. You gotta have the. You gotta get that to the level where you can convince boosters, because college football is an arms race for facilities.
Right. That's
true.
Right.
That's all it is. It's an arms race for facilities. He said as much in different interviews that he knows. He says basically if you're looking for the facilities, then it's probably not the place for you.
Right.
I want you to go to the school that's meant for you. If the facilities is a big part of what you're gonna do. And I mean, if I've been in high school busting my tail for 4 years at pick a high school. I'm not gonna like Doug. Like we both went to Parkview for a minute. I can't go to Parkview and have better facilities at Parkview than I might have in college.
Oh man,
That's bad.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Miami problem.
Yeah, it is Miami problem.
That's Miami problem.
Shout out my Rick for really helping them get an endo for the endo facility put up by giving that money back. But that's all. When it come down to that.
But I think these kids are different. I'm telling you. And
I'm so I'm about to say
they're not us. They are different. They don't care. Like they care to an extent, but somebody is going to be brave enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna go. And it's going to have to be a splash. It's not. It can't be like a 4-star, 5-star offensive lineman. It's going to have to be like a power position, like a quarterback, somebody that's highly recruited.
That's what we say you're going after too.
To say, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance because if the kid is talented enough,
What should do? What, 33 so coming up?
yeah, he's probably gonna dominate that level anyway. He's gonna have national exposure because he's a 5-star and he's with Prime.
Yeah.
So he's still gonna have a chance to go to the NFL. So I think it's gonna take something like that, and it may be like a pack of them, like maybe 4 of them go at one time for that to happen.
The sneaky thing Coach Prime did was his coaching staff is amazing. They
No, this is
mostly
true.
all have NFL experience.
This is true.
So it's not like if you go there, you're gonna be coached right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be coached more better than some
Yeah.
group of 5 schools
Right,
if
right.
you go there. That's why they're recruiting better too. Because
Right.
if you look at the recruiting, I think they ranked in like the 60s out of 300 and something schools, and all the rest of the HBCUs are in like the 200s.
So here's the thing: is it more about Prime staying, or is Prime being able to keep his coaching staff down? Because that's what these okay, just say a group of 5. You know what? We're gonna give your linebacking coach a shot at being our defense coordinator.
He gonna go get somebody else. It's Prime.
Yeah.
All that's Prime. Like it ain't no doubt in my mind. All that's Prime. Prime did this in high school.
Right.
He did the same thing in the high school. He got the pedigree for it.
He did,
So he
yeah.
already got the system set up. So he took college coaches and had them coaching in high school. So then he took NFL coaches and got them coaching in college. So I think his next step is Power 5. Then it's gonna be NFL.
Or you
Like
think
he's
you're going
work-
to Power 5 team and then you're going to coach it?
Then he go in NFL. He's working the system. Like he's working his way from the bottom up.
Yeah, it's true.
He started at like single A high school.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Sure did.
Then they moved up, like, so
did.
he's working the system.
Sure
High
did.
school is a very loose term.
I think
They
I
had
just-
one on
Let's
TV.
not let's not sugarcoat it. High school is a very loose term for what was happening.
Wait, was it Prime U?
Yeah.
Man, that's happening like
Prime, then he did
That's
Trinity.
IMG.
Then he did Trinity. What? What that
Trinity,
school called
Trinity
Trinity?
and, Dallas.
Trinity, and
Man, that's good.
Bishop Sycamore.
Oh man.
All
Oh
pretty
man.
much same boat.
Man,
Oh
it's
man.
going on everywhere though right now.
Yeah, it's going on everywhere. But that's what I'm saying. It's a loose term.
I watched John Curtis at the car game on ESPN2
Yeah.
like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know these kids from New Orleans.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But then I'm looking at the roster. Who these other kids is?
With his last name.
How y'all get a kid from Thibodeau on y'all team?
Right.
How you get a kid from Homer on your team? So the Hurricane was 2 weeks ago, and now they already enrolled in school and ain't no school.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There was no school in Orleans Parish, and they playing.
And they playing.
Yeah.
Playing.
Because I remember we couldn't play if we transferred. You had to wait a year.
Get shit out of you.
You had to sit out a year.
Well, I think they lifted.
Yeah, they got
I think LHSA lifted some of that stuff.
That's cool, but it was 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
And they was on TV.
You know, they already had their eye on them from middle school.
They sure did. I think with Prime too. I think with
New Orleans high schools get down.
Man, hey.
I think another thing with Jackson State is just if it can become a pipeline. I don't think it's about. I think can it become a pipeline?
What, to get to pros?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Can it get them in there? Because you got to
You gotta
realize,
get them to the combine first.
well, you're going from zero, and there's a big splash talking about nobody got drafted or nobody got invited to the combine last year, wasn't it?
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, so-
Well, nobody from any HBCU.
Yeah, so that's enough pub to be like, all right, they already got their eyes open,
Right.
and if you can, this is a perfect time to kind of market on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his charisma is
You know what I'm saying?
worth his weight in gold.
But
Absolutely.
with the no combine thing, like, don't get me wrong, that was all publicity. That was all a publicity stunt.
Absolutely.
They didn't play a season.
Right.
So how you want me to give your kid an invite and he ain't even played? They played.
That's a
they
good
played,
point.
They
That's
played,
good, but
they played in February, dog.
They played during the time of combine.
They played in February, dog. Like, I'm not buying that, yo.
That's
That's
a
a
good
good
point. That's a
point.
good point.
I'm
They played on
analyzing
it, bro.
everything.
They played on it, bro. They played on it.
So I get what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not gonna be oblivious to the situation. I'm
Right.
gonna acknowledge
That's
what you're
true.
doing, and I'm
Right.
gonna be like, okay, next year they're gonna have like 10, 11
That's
passes.
true. It's smart, but I
That
heard
is,
it.
yeah, that's good.
They sure did. They were playing playing,
That's
they're
key. That's-
playing in February.
So how am I gonna give your senior an invite?
That's a key.
Right.
You couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
That's a
Can't do
key.
it.
That's a
Right,
key.
'cause
Can't do it.
by the time February roll around, you starting to close. Scouts starting to close their books.
It's
like,
over.
yo,
It's
all right,
over.
this who we inviting. This
It's over. Jamar Chase is going to the Bengals. It is over. Like, it was over by then.
Speaking of Jamar Chase,
Segue.
Uh-oh.
Speaking, come on, man.
Speaking of Jamar Chase, so after the 2019 season when they won a championship, he was getting ready to come back for his junior year. He was there. He was.
Oh, this is what you said we were going to talk. Yeah, because I was asking.
So
yeah,
he
of
was
course.
there for spring ball, practicing hard, doing Jamar things. And everybody know Jamar's work ethic is well documented. The kid works extremely hard on his craft. Super quiet, but his work hard, get the job done. So he was all in going to his junior year, like all in. His mom, his dad, it was documented. They were all in. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, Jamar Chase opts out of the 2020 season because of COVID.
Right.
Air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. So people were like, oh man, maybe he's getting ready for the draft. He don't want to get injured, and that's what we were hearing in the news media. But we have a special guest today.
And I got time today.
Today we got time.
If I had
Today
time,
I got time.
I got time today. Our special guest, Will Lambert, who knows the inside scoop. So tell us, like, what really went down with that whole situation with Jamar Chase?
First of all, Jamar and his family are really, really good people.
Yep.
Especially what he did with the high school rumble and how him and Kristen Fulton, two alum of the school, they actually paid for the new practice facility there.
No, dope. That's
Brand
dope.
new.
That's dope.
Brand new, both
That's dope.
NFL players. So him and his whole family are great people. Jamar he didn't really get caught up, but if you ever Google, like, I be in Houston a lot. Like, my son lives in Houston, man. Shout out to my dude, man. My mom is
Shout out.
good, man.
Shout out.
Lil
Shout
Will
out.
was on it.
Shout out.
So there's a guy by the name of Leo Frost. Just Google him real quick. Leo Frost, man.
I know.
It's his hashtag. He got a great hashtag too. If you follow him, it's Cost to Frost. It costs to Frost. He's a jeweler. He does jewelry. He's all in. If you go and look at him,
I see him.
if you will look past 2 months ago, everything's deleted. Everything on all his social media is deleted. You know why? Every kid that opted out last year during COVID, they all got jewelry from him. Kerry Vincent Jr., great kid, pulled out to Texas, Denver Broncos right now. It costs the Frost. That's the kid's slogan. It costs the Frost.
Right.
When Joe Burrow first left LSU, who he went to? Cost the Frost.
He did.
The Auburn kids, the 2 D tackles,
Yeah.
cost the Frost.
It was another wide receiver last year too, right? Opted out.
No, he opted out in the middle of the season.
Paulson the Debo with the Saints, it cost the Frost.
Yeah, I mean, the DB.
It cost the Frost.
Yeah, I remember him.
So if you ever in Houston, man, go give him some little business, man. He do his thing, man. Like, he's really good at what he do. He ice out everything. So when all these cats you see with the grills in their mouth instead of the mouthpieces, it cost the Frost.
Alvin
Kamara, it cost the Frost.
That makes sense.
So just follow the trends, man, and don't be fooled by some other people saying to you.
Right.
Like, that's all smoke screens, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Jamar couldn't come back to LSU. He couldn't come back to LSU. Just like Kerry Vincent couldn't come back to LSU. Just like Tyler Shelvin couldn't come back to LSU.
Wow.
You think an overweight kid don't want to be around Tommy Moffitt?
All right.
That's true too. Yeah.
But if you look at their Instagram, they iced out.
Yeah.
They got $100,000 watches on.
See, I
barely getting the stipend.
I saw that from I saw that with Kerry Vincent before spring started. I was like, wait a minute. In my mind, I said, this is not going to go over right. I said, NIL is not here yet.
It went over right.
I said, this is not going to go over right.
Right.
And it went over right. All
And
right.
Kerry a good kid too,
Yeah,
man.
he
Kerry
is.
lost his dad and stuff
Right,
like that,
right.
and he helped take care of his family and his mom and stuff like that. All these kids is really good kids. It's just that NIL should have been the year before.
Yeah.
NIL should have
been
always
20
been.
years
Kerry-
old. But I know what you're saying, yeah.
Kerry came hard at me on Twitter though.
Hey, man.
But we got it straightened out though.
But I don't know what happened.
I remember the conversation.
Yeah.
I got the text message, right? Will, Kerry Vincent just came hard at me. What to do?
Because like, at that particular moment, I'm like, wait a minute, Kerry. Like, Like, Kerry, you just chill out.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, right.
Just chill out, man.
Really about that over here.
Yeah, like just chill. Like I just made a comment. This was last year, right? And
Kerry Vince, break it down for the.
So Kerry Vincent was the starting safety on the 2019
Number 5
LSU National Championship team.
Okay.
And also he was, safety nickelback, great player.
Run track too.
Yep. World class speed.
Right.
And so obviously he was in 2020, he was already with the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
And so we all know how that 2020 season went, the whole COVID year. And LSU they was losing games. I only think they were like 5-5, but they wasn't playing good.
Right.
And I think I tweeted something stating that you can tell what programs are really programs. Okay. And I really wasn't just directing it at LSU. It was just, I was saying in general, right? I was saying you can tell when programs are programs, no matter if it's a COVID year, no matter if you have opt-outs or opt-ins, it doesn't matter. I said a program would still be able to move forward.
And we saw it with different ones. Like
We saw Alabama. We saw Georgia. We still even Clemson. Like we saw these teams still going forward. And so it got a lot of hits. People were retweeting it and they were liking it and all that stuff. And so one of the retweets didn't go so well. That was Kerry Vincent. And he retweeted it and he put the clown symbol on top of my tweet. Basically saying I'm a clown.
Yeah, I know it.
No.
I see the bet right there. No, we ain't having that.
I know, only reason I had the bat for swag because we're on the same age.
All right.
Kerry a little bit younger. So at that time, I'm like, man, and I'm not about to get no Twitter beef. I'm just not about to do that. And like for me, I'm like, if you got to handle something, like try to get in contact with me or shoot me a DM.
Right.
So I hit up Will saying, what's wrong with him? And so Will broke it down to me. He said, like, this generation think you're taking a shot at him personally when I said if you have opt-outs.
Right.
But all I was stating was if you have opt-outs, the program should move on. I didn't say Kerry Vincent opted out and you trash for opting out or you shouldn't opt. I didn't say that. I wasn't taking a shot at nobody. So he called me a clown with the little clown symbol. And so Will was like, man, just hit him up and just tell him, just run it to him. So I DM'd him, hey Kerry, like blase, I said, I ain't mean nothing by it.
Right.
He's like, it's all love, bro. Like, my bad and stuff like that.
Right.
But that goes to show you, man, like this generation is you kind of have to be mindful of what you say and what you do in a sense, because they are sensitive to some things, just because of the generation that we live in.
Absolutely, it's the sensitivity is heightened around them. There's so much putting your hands on. You can talk. Everybody talking. Everybody got something to say.
And it's not their fault.
Right. It's not their fault. Right.
It's not their fault at all. And so with that situation, it's more so like, man, well, dang. And honestly, I think that's happening. That's happening right. That's what's happening currently right now at LSU.
Ooh,
I have never seen so many injuries,
air quotes,
quote unquote,
in 1 week, and nobody's playing.
Right.
You have Elijah Ricks having shoulder surgery.
Right. Is he really having shoulder surgery?
He is.
Okay.
He's having it. The D tackle Evans. He hasn't played. Now they say he quit the team to start a singing career.
American Idol.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nah, we ain't kidding.
Y'all,
is that really true though?
No, y'all gotta be. Hold on. Y'all gotta be joking with me.
I always say this thing, man. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
So if it's out there that he's quitting the team to sing and go to American Idol, that's reality.
What position this dude play?
D tackle. 6'1", 305
Man,
pounds.
get out of here,
Painesville,
bro.
Louisiana.
Yo,
Joe Evans.
Yo, big boy.
But the thing about it, so like,
Nothing wrong with a big singer. You know
Can
what
he
I'm saying?
sing though? Anybody ever heard him?
I don't know. Think about it, like even with Elijah Ricks, and I was talking to someone else about this as well. They're like, well, maybe he really is hurt. Well, maybe so, but also with football, there are certain injuries that you can and you will play through.
Right.
If LSU was winning right now, I don't think he's having the surgery.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Are they had championship chances?
Hurt and injured are two different things.
It is.
Right.
Hurting and injured is two different things.
The late Coach Kenny Guetta always used to say that. He said either if you hurt, you're playing.
you playing.
Right.
If
You injured, sit down.
sit down, but you still maybe but that's what I'm saying. So even and I understand with the Derek Stingley situation too. I know he had hurt his foot. He had hurt his foot in camp.
Right.
But did he have surgery?
He did have surgery. He had
Because
surgery.
it's reports saying that's kind of Scott Van Pelt from ESPN was saying they don't think that's true.
That he had surgery or not.
Yeah.
So see, but and the thing about it,
Did you see a picture or a tweet?
I haven't.
How many players you know tweet from the hospital? All of them.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
They sent a picture of whatever they got worked on, right? Did you see it? Did anybody see it? Perception is reality.
Yeah. And again, I think that all goes back to reflection of who's in charge and who's the leader.
Right.
And sometimes people get mad or upset about if you go after, you'll say, man, stop talking about Coach O, stop doing this. But we are in the performance-based business.
Yeah.
Everything that you're doing is performance-based, okay?
Yeah.
Like, so you make music.
Yeah.
If your music is trash,
you can say what you want. It's trash.
it's trash. I'm
Right.
like, no, you're in real estate. If you're not remodeling homes the correct way, nobody's coming to you. Nobody's buying your home.
And if somebody say something, you got to bite that
You gotta
bullet.
bite the bullet.
Yeah.
If you're training kids, say you're super successful one year and all your kids run their best times, but next year it's not so good. We're gonna be looking at Coach Dante. So it's the same thing with Coach O. Well, he just won a championship at 19. I don't care.
Especially if you got the same level of recruits.
That's the issue, right?
Top recruits. It'll be one thing if you got, it's trash the next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you didn't get the type of players. But if you got the same type of caliber, you know what I'm saying? It may not be Joe Burrow. It may not be Jamal. You know what I'm saying? But, they had to come up in the ranks too. You know what I'm saying? If you got the same caliber of star recruit.
I don't think he do though. I don't think he do, and I think all of these kids are great kids. I think Kerry Vincent a great kid. I think Jamal Chase a great kid. I think Joe Evans is a great kid. I ain't never heard nothing bad from Joe Evans.
Right.
But the kids they got there now, I don't see, if you go back and look at the recruiting rankings, like on 24/7 or something like that, they had like 8 or 9 5-stars in the last 3 years. None of them on the team. So we can say
none of them on the team.
No, none of them on the team.
Yeesh.
None of them on the team anymore. They all have transferred to another school or they sitting out.
I wonder
Or they hurt.
Right. I wonder how many transfers they actually had. Cause
They had like 40 kids either left school or transferred in the last 3 years.
So you think it
out
is
of 85?
So you think it is a dip in talent level?
Yeah, it's most definitely.
Okay, but is that dip? So we talking about transfers and
Most
everything. Is
definitely.
that dip because of Coach O? Like
Most
do they
definitely.
know? Okay, yeah, okay, I got it.
Most definitely.
I got it.
O got to go. It ain't no question about it. You can't tell me you get on. All right. So they call him what? The shrimp boat captain. He's the shrimp boat captain. Okay? You punch your ticket on a luxury cruise liner. Luxury cruise liner. And you got a shrimp boat captain piloting it?
Yeah, I know.
And you expect not to end up like the Titanic?
Yep.
You're going down. It's a sinking ship, man.
It is.
Coach O got to go.
Coach O got to go.
Hey, man, personal life all aside. Like, I joke about that. I clown about that.
Right.
The dude is trash at coaching.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and coaching is a part of keeping that talent. It's not just recruiting it. Yeah,
Right.
you could pump that up all day.
Right.
I got number top 5 class in the country, but you ain't got no offensive lineman.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. This is true. See, that's what I heard about. I keep telling the story, but I took a visit to USC. Had a friend out there, and Coach O was over there.
You got a friend?
Huh?
You got a friend?
Yeah, she's at Texas now, though.
Oh, she's at Texas?
She's at Texas, yeah.
Oh.
This is up, man. Hey, so
What's she? Hey,
we talking
I ain't got nothing to
Coach
do.
O
Hold
right
on,
now, bro.
Hey,
man,
Dante. We did this last week. Dante,
look.
you set yourself up.
Look, shout out to Kyra. I ain't tripping.
Oh, master's degree?
I don't know. Yeah, she's not. She's worked the track team.
Worked the track team?
That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's an athlete?
I think she might have ran track. I'm not sure.
Oh, you think?
I really don't know because I don't really know. I ain't
But you
into
know,
her
Dante,
history like
guess
that.
what, though? Let me tell you, Dante, know about. Hey, this is the second.
Man, this is evergreen, man. Come on,
every
this is gonna be
week,
forever.
exactly.
Every week now.
This
This
is
is gonna be
every, but no, this is honestly, and Swag, you can attest to this. I don't know if I need to talk to you right now, though. Oh, man. Anyway, hey, Dante, Will, this is the third time he's brought up this USC trip.
No, but this is we talking about Coach O.
It had to be a good trip, though.
No, it was.
long as it's a good trip.
Hold on. LA was a good trip.
Hey,
But
survive,
It
man.
was.
Hey,
survive.
It was a good trip. Let's not lie about it. It was a good trip. Let me look in the camera.
Hey, don't stop me. Don't try to keep telling it's a good trip. But hey, this is the third time.
Doug, but why?
You still trying to cut me off. Don't cut me off.
Go ahead, bro.
Cut me off. This is the third time he's brought up that trip. This is the third time he's mentioned his friend,
I need to call like.
right? And they always say, "Well, third time's a charm." Montreal,
Ain't no third time in the charm.
Montreal, you ain't fooling nobody,
Bro,
you really run a game right now through the podcast to Kiara. That's her name?
No, Kyra.
Kyra?
Bro,
Oh,
no, I'm really not, dog. I'm really. The
man.
only reason I keep bringing it up because we talking about one consistent thing. We talking about Coach O. This is the only thing I know, and the only thing I know is I went to there. Coach O was coaching at USC, interim coach, right? Y'all, we all know their history, right? And then the biggest thing they were saying was how good a recruiter he was. The same thing I've been saying consistent every week.
They can have him back.
Yeah.
They can have him back.
they
They can come get him right now, man.
So is his recruit skills? Is it
Two
what
hot
they say?
sausage sandwiches and a bowl of gumbo. They can have it. Let's get it. 2 hot sausage sandwiches and a bowl of gumbo. They can have it right now.
So I got a question. So is his recruiting like they say it is though? Like if he wasn't head coach, LSU, no head coach. We talk about that too. No head coach, and he's a coach on staff for whatever. What he major?
D-line.
D-line. Okay, he D-line coach on staff, and he's just there mainly to be a dope recruit. Do you? Which you? I mean, I know.
You want to take this?
We'll say. We'll say I don't want him at all. No, that's my answer. That's my answer.
I would. I don't think he's a top 5 D-line recruiter anymore.
Oh, okay.
I think the positions he was in before helped make him look better than what he was. When you're at Miami and you got Warren Sapp and Russell Maryland and all of them guys who going to the NFL anyway.
Right.
When you at USC and you got
They're going anyway. They're going anyway.
You got big Cedric Earless and them. They going anyway.
They're going anyway. Right.
So
with you or without you, they
with
going.
with or without you.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm not saying he's not a tireless worker or
Right.
anything like that,
Right.
but I don't see
it ain't
him
all
being
it's cracking up to be up.
He ain't do that at LSU. He ain't do it at. Name me a D lineman from Ole Miss when he was there.
I can't.
My point exactly.
All right.
Well, no, he was gone.
Patrick Willis is all everybody got.
Yeah,
Patrick Willis
Who
is-
who was the coach? Because that was my senior year when they had Hardy was DN.
Houston Nutt,
Houston Nutt was there.
Houston
so,
Nutt. Houston Nutt.
Yeah, well.
And Greg Hardy was a tight end that got converted to
Yeah,
DN.
it's true. And
This is
the D tackle was good too. That got drafted by the Falcons.
Yep.
So here's
First round.
the thing. Do we put, we're gonna keep it evergreen. Do we put too much emphasis on head coaching? Or some of these kids destined they was gonna go pro? Like how many kids? I could say somewhere like a quarterback, cornerback, somewhere is a highly skilled position. That these kids probably need a little coaching to get to a league. But if we talking defensive line, offensive line, somewhere where a lot of times, like when I was in high school, I saw cats that I would be killing on the offensive line, but they was getting scholarships because they was 6'5" and 270 pounds. But I could run circles around them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So is it more of a like so how much emphasis are we putting on these head coaches versus the position coaches and the coordinators?
See, I think that's where a lot of people get it mixed up. We say these CEO type head coaches, right? I think your head coach is a CEO anyway.
Gotta be.
You're a Fortune 500 company as a college,
Yeah,
right? So you got to know how to operate in the office as well as on the practice field.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what, as a CEO, as a business owner myself,
Right.
I understand I got to delegate,
Yeah,
right? So I'm only as good as the cat that do my flooring.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm only as
It's all
good-
coming back to you.
It's all coming back to me.
Yep,
I'm only
yep.
as good as the cat that put the plumbing in the wall.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So if you're a head coach and you got leaky plumbing,
Then
you're not a good head coach.
Right.
So that goes down to the recruiting. That goes down to keeping cats on scholarship now, and that goes to keeping cats eligible.
Right.
Like why some people can't stay eligible at certain schools? That's another.
Wasn't that running back in the wrong classes?
How that? But and that whole situation about John Emery, honestly, that were all right. So when we talk about like, gotta go and all this stuff, I know we clown, but we actually kind of we clown.
we mean-
It's fun.
we mean it.
We serious, but the reason we are serious because everybody in this room has a heart for people.
Right.
We have a heart for kids,
Right.
and so if he's not successful, then
Yeah,
the
you doing
kids,
them
the kids
injustice.
are not successful.
Man,
So-
look at all these kids this year, man.
right?
Yeah.
We want the kids to be successful. So
God forbid the seniors.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Or the ones that's trying to go to the league. You know what I'm saying?
So one thing that really bothered me about the whole John Emery situation, about Coach O, and a lot of stuff don't bother me. I'm lying, yeah, it do. But Some stuff does bother me.
Oh man, don't go.
But one thing did bother
Away
me.
from the light.
One thing did bother me with that whole situation. He was in the press conference and asked him about the John Emery situation, like, well, what's going on with his classes and everything. And he had the audacity to say, I don't really have no control over that. What you mean you don't have control over that? Yes, you do have control over it.
You have the ultimate control.
You have the ultimate control over it. You get
Like,
grade.
that's what you're supposed to do.
You get grade reports every week. You get class reports every single week. You have total control over that. I told Will this earlier. No matter what you want to say about Coach Miles, he wasn't an X's and O's guy.
Right.
Two things that we saw with him, right? We always saw him with his family and his kids. Whatever the other stuff happened, stuff happened, we didn't see it.
Right.
So that's what we saw. The second thing he did, he held us accountable.
Right.
He really did. He always preached, you take your tail to class and get your degree. That's something he always preached that.
Yep.
He really did. And if you didn't graduate, he always encouraged, come back to school and get your degree.
Wow.
And so those are two things that I say. And generally, he was a good person. You know, I can remember a story going in. A lot of people don't know this. I had an issue where I almost lost my whole junior season. A lot of people don't know that. I had an issue with class my sophomore year where a teacher accused me of plagiarism and cheating. And so that's the year we was playing the Sugar Bowl, playing Notre Dame with Brady Quinn and all those guys. So that whole process, that whole month, I'm sweating because it has to go to the NCAA compliance. And so we had to sit in front of this room, all these people, and tell our side of the story and all this stuff. And long story short, it was we're basically analyzing the class.
Right.
So everybody saw the same thing, and she just didn't. I don't know what her issue was, but it was a possibility I was gonna play the Sugar Bowl.
Wow.
And not play my junior season.
Yeah, they're gonna take it with
that was on the table. And like when I tell you, like that man went to bat.
Wow.
He went to bat. Like,
that's dope.
like this can't happen. You know, man, I can remember like before practice sometimes like I would cry because I don't even know if I'm gonna play.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And
yeah,
so that's because you think about a lot of stuff like, man, and I did the right thing. I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
But you think about your dad, your mom, and all that stuff. Like, man, wait a minute. And so those things now with Coach Ogerman, what he doesn't realize is this, and no diss and no judgment on his personal life. Your personal life is exactly what it is. It's personal.
Right.
It's not for the public to see. Right. So when a 19-year-old kid, we do dumb things, not you. Right? So if I'm in the locker room, I see you taking pictures with a woman in bed. If I see you the day before the game against UCLA when it's supposed to be a bounce back year and you cruising down Rodeo with a chick, how you think we're going to feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Bad leadership.
You got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds with a young man.
Right.
30 seconds. He going to see right through you.
Well, we're looking at that right now with Jacksonville.
If they don't respect you within 30 seconds, you're going to lose their attention. Right. And that's what's happening now. Guys, even with Coach Miles, man, that shoulder injury, I don't know how significant it is, but that shoulder injury with Elijah Ricks with Miles, you're going to play through it.
Right.
You're going to run through a wall.
But that's my thing, though. Like, the John Emery situation, like, you know, I live down there. So I understand John Emery's situation.
Right.
Like, you know, family members pass, house get flooded.
Right, all that.
Situations, real life. Kid got real life.
Right.
That kid, if y'all knew he wasn't gonna play this year, y'all should have got that kid somewhere where he could have played. I don't care if it was JUCO. I don't care if it was he had to drop down and go play for Coach Prime. Y'all should have got that kid somewhere else where he could have played, because you got to understand the family dynamics of what he need to get to the NFL.
Right, he need to get to the NFL. Yeah,
like it ain't no question about it.
Ain't no fallback. You got to get there.
So like, and that's the whole thing with all this. Like what Doug saying, with all these kids, it's like the adults got to be adults, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and I'm here right now on the Evergreen Pod. Coach O, you can come sit right on side, man. I'm gonna see the same thing.
Right.
Like, cause it ain't about you. It's about these kids, man. It's about Louisiana. And you say you're a representative of Louisiana, but we don't see it.
Right.
We don't see it.
That's real.
So,
hey,
that's true, man. Like, you know, I think a lot of times we don't realize how much those kids go through 18, 19 years old as well. They go through a lot.
And through their life, through coming up even to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have worked hard to get in that position because of how life has been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know we say, you know, there's one thing we do say on here, that ball ain't life. You know what I'm saying? There's other things you can do. But in some of those situations, they don't see nothing else. I'm fast.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm big or whatever it is. This is my shot to do something even if it's like we say, make better people. We love NIL because even if we get to this stage and get avenues for different things, I still got to get up here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And so, you just never know. You never know. And it's to hear everybody talking about it the way we have, I felt a certain way already about Coach O. I just felt like he just couldn't coach. And I just felt like he just ain't know how to put things together. So just looking from the outside, not knowing any history. But it really makes me feel bad, like you said, for the kids, because these kids only got one shot. And if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, some of these kids have enough skill to go play for another Power 5 or play for another team. You know what I'm saying? And they could have chose them over you.
And the thing,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, being in this culture, this environment of South Louisiana, just being on a not even national champion, being on a good LSU football team.
Right.
Just being on a good LSU football team will open you up to stuff after.
Man, who you telling, man?
Carry week.
All day long, bro.
After just if you can make a whole life down here for yourself.
Yeah.
If you just on a good LSU football team for 3 years.
Right.
And you know what's crazy? That's with any school.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Give them a chance. Just give them a chance to go.
But
Trevon Reed from Thibodeau.
Yeah, Auburn.
you on
Still at Auburn coaching because he chose to make the decision to leave Louisiana to go play for Auburn.
Right.
I'm glad you brought up that point. Now, high school kids, they always say if you leave Louisiana and go to another school, you'll never be able to come back to Louisiana. Okay, whatever.
Who cares?
All right.
Who cares? Because I promise you, like if Atlantic Collins or whatever decides to not finish his career, I bet you has a seat in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
I bet you does. That's any kid.
The Landon man.
So that's not
Right.
Are the Mannings. He probably not going to LSU.
All right.
Why should he?
I know he's not.
No, Arch ain't going to LSU.
He's not going to LSU, but wherever he goes, now I know he's a Manning, maybe a terrible example, but let's just say he wants to go back to the school, he probably have a seat at the table.
Right.
But back to the John Emery situation, it ain't like the kid flunked a class. It's not like he failed.
Enrolled
In the wrong class, and I could be misstating. I could say maybe some other stuff to it, but we all at some point had to go to school, had to go to class at some point, and that's, man, for me, that's totally unacceptable, bro.
It's too many eyes. It's too many eyes that this had to pass through.
Thank you
For you to miss that, right?
For somebody.
But once again, is that not your CEO?
Yeah.
That CEO running a bad company.
You know why?
Yep.
You know why?
That's somebody, like you said, with a leaky faucet.
Leaky plumber. Yep.
Leaky
Gotta
plumber.
go.
You know why? Because this whole mantra, like, and I always said this about LSU, they're going to have to eventually get rid of this slogan, NFL LSU. Eventually, they're going to have to get rid of that because
NIL, I'm just playing.
Oh, they keep that one.
they
keep that.
like, keep them because that's beyond like football.
Yeah, right.
But that part, because now those kids' mind frame is, when they get there, now some of them, that's all they have, and I understand that part. But you recruiting a kid, and that's all they're going to think about. And the head coach, whoever, a lot of times, and I notice for a fact, they don't really care what goes on across. We call it across the street, across them tracks.
Right.
Yep.
They don't care what goes across the tracks,
Right.
and so they butt heads all the time. So if the academic side wants to do something with those kids, if they want to teach these kids about life skills, they want to teach these kids about resume writing or financial literacy, they butt heads because it takes away from the time over there. And so if you take those kids and start learning about other things outside of their playbook, two things that they think is going to happen to them: they're not going to be able to perform at a high level on Saturdays, which is not true. And they're going to think you're taking money out of my pocketbook because you're not performing. For the love of me, LSU has so many resources and everything in place that
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Honestly.
Like, there's no way these kids should not have a class about how to write a resume. Now, I think they're trying to get to that point now, but it's more. And I think that's why people like Alabama are so successful.
Yeah.
Coach Saban said when they won a championship last year, they met every kid. He said, we didn't talk about no film. We talked about what do you want to do as a person. And that goes a long way. Like, you can still go to the league, but it's not going to last forever.
Right.
Just because it's going to end one day. And I think that's what happens too, man. These kids at LSU are, if you go up there and talk to them, and even when Kendall was playing, he used to tell it. He said they really thought, like, I'm going to the league, and that's all they thought. And it's almost like this brainwashed mentality that they have with there right now that has to change. If it don't change, this is what's going to continue to happen. A kid's he may quit in the middle of the year, or he may get a 5th round grade and still going to leave.
Right.
So is that a LSU problem, or is that a majority of Power 5 problem?
I think, well, honestly, because I see people like Ohio State and Clemson. Anytime I see 4D linemen come back for the senior year, and they talked about it on an interview, they talked about the structure and the stability that Clemson provided outside of football is one of the main reasons they come back. When Etienne, who's the ACC all-time leading rusher, comes back for a senior year, it's more to that. When Trevor Lawrence comes out and says, I really don't need football before the draft.
Right.
I love that.
It's more.
I love that, bro.
So
Me too.
he just don't look. Ain't no 18, 19-year-old kid that. It's something Clemson did while he was there to make him think like that. Ohio State has that same type of program. They have intelligent men that ball players that come from Ohio State, bro.
Right.
But does Minnesota have that? Does Purdue have that?
I think so. Yes.
Does Texas have that? Does Texas A&M have it? Does Texas Tech have it? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Is it the same way in the other schools? Like, but giving away the Pacific Coast, all of those schools are small schools.
Right.
Yeah, so just getting rid of them, all of those schools teaching kids today what they need to do after football.
Right. That's true.
Like, and it's not just about after football. Like, I think high schools don't teach kids right.
Well,
like,
let me tell you
that's
something.
my thing. Period.
I'll jump. It's a perfect segue for what I've been thinking while I'm sitting here, because now to a grander scheme of not even particular schools now, but I'm talking about cultural now. I'm talking about cultural underlying things that have always been in certain communities or certain aspects of life. They used to have the dumb jock thing. They would say you're just a dumb jock. So anytime you talk somebody, they say he's not gonna go to class because you know what I'm saying, and they would throw that phrase out. They would throw that phrase out there a lot to give an excuse. You know what I'm saying, for not allowing. Man, the mind is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And you cannot ever underestimate anybody's mind. I don't care where they come from. I don't care where they come from, what background, what trauma or drama or successes that they had or whatever it is. You cannot underestimate the power of the human mind. And even thinking, well, they can't learn the playbook fully, but and learn this. Man, your mind, we don't even touch the surface of what our brains are capable of doing. But they throw this idea out there and gets everybody to buy into the idea. So now your high school teachers are like, he's not going to pay attention to nothing. And so they go play football. You know what I'm saying? Now, and even in college. And I think right now, I think what's happening is there's so much access to knowledge outside of the traditional avenues that even like you say, these young kids are different. They're different. They're sensitive, but that sensitivity also brings an understanding of smarts too. It also brings a sensitivity of, well, hold up, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to call me no dummy. You're not about to tell me that I can't think. You're not telling me what I can't do. And so now choosing an option, I think NIL is why I love the NIL. It's optional. It gives options to what's going on. And so now it's going to, Dante says, make better people. It's going to make better people. And I want to say again, it's going to make better programs. And it's going to have to. Because these programs you're talking about, they're going to have to step up. Yeah. If they want to keep getting, I know they want to recruit and play football and all that stuff like that, but they're going to have to, because now kids are going to be choosing not just based off of NIL, what they can make money, but then, you got to educate me on even how to handle this business, this company that I am now. It's about to change things, bro. But I think that old adage was put out there by whoever, you know what I'm saying, to kind of keep this mentality, and then it doesn't force, in the good old boy system, whatever system it is, whatever part of life you want to say, the good old boy system has to be forced. I was talking to somebody the other day, me and Swag were talking, and I said, follow the money. I said, them boy, they did that bus boycott in Baton Rouge, and they were paying to get on the bus and still get misused. When they stopped riding them buses and that money hit their pockets, everybody want to talk now. And they want to have a conversation about what we changing. Yeah. A system that they don't want to change. But that green and that money and the option for that makes them, it forces them to change. And so I think NIL, I think information age, I think all of that, what we're talking about is making these schools that we're listing, they gotta provide better for the all around person now. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to, if not, because these young people are thinking. Even these young people thinking about where they want to go now. You know what I'm saying? They some of them, we're talking about basketball, some of them are getting together as friends. And they the top recruiters, like, we're going to go to this school.
That's dope. Dope.
You control the narrative. That's why they hated. That's why they hated. The NFL hates it a lot, and that's why they try to keep it where they can't do it. But they hated when Brown was doing that. They hated when them guys get together and try to go and play together. They hate it. They hate it because you're controlling your narrative and you're being smarter than what they're giving you. You know what I'm saying? And you force feeding the system. Yep. I mean, I'm not force feeding. You're forcing the system to make a better place for you.
And you have the people in leadership position that foresees the future.
Absolutely.
Like, so a great leader is a great visionary.
Absolutely.
And so that's why Nick Saban is incredible, because he sees 5 years ahead.
Right.
So he's the reason LSU has Cox Academic Center. He built that.
Wow.
Because he knew. Right. And so now the people that came after him, you can't stay stagnant.
Nope.
Right. So you have to keep building and go to the next thing. And so we always had this thing at LSU called the Champs Skill Center, where they teach you how to write a resume and all that stuff. And I ain't learned how to write a resume. It was just there.
Right.
You know, but it's that type of thing where they're always butting heads with the,
and it shouldn't be. It
shouldn't be like that with the coaches and stuff like that. And you know, it's hard to when a 19-year-old kid sees, okay, LSU has 45 kids drafted in a certain amount of years. We have 10 first-round draft picks. It's hard to go against that when that's all you pumping into them.
That's all you're saying.
Because you're around the football program more than academically. That's just the God honest truth.
Yep.
So it has to be a happy medium in between that. So I think that's a direct correlation on successful programs.
Right.
That's why Alabama is successful.
Man, Nick Saban ain't no accident. He didn't luck up on being what we see him to be right now. That ain't lucky. That's calculated.
And why you think Georgia playing the way they are? Like Kirby Smart.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all saw the interview with that defense. Y'all see the interview? Like
I didn't see it.
Bro, you got to go watch it. So ESPN, where Kirk Herbstreit interviewed a few of the players off their defense. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just about like X's and O's. When you saw those dudes talk, I saw something differently. When the one of the outside linebackers said about Nakobe Dean, he said when him, number 17, calls a play on third down, we running it no matter what it is. Whatever he calls, you running what he says. Mm-hmm. So now you can take it as, oh man, he down for his boy. But I take it as something different. Mm-hmm. I said these guys got a selfless mentality that's transitioned off the field.
Right. Because there's a difference between no, we're gonna get down in the right gap. We're gonna attack and everything. No, it doesn't matter what get in front of me. I am getting where I need to get.
In general.
Right.
Yeah.
In general.
It doesn't matter what. It don't matter what happens. I am getting there.
Right.
I am getting where I need to get. I am going to turn my man back inside. I'm going to scrape to the edge. I'm going to be where I need to be. I don't care for him.
It makes a difference, man. Yeah. That makes a difference, man.
And they don't care about stats. They don't care about tackles. They don't care about egos.
They're trying to win.
They trying to win.
That's how you got to be at life, though.
No, absolutely.
And that's
evergreen, man.
You got to win at life.
And that's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And so, I look at somebody like that came through the Saban pedigree. He played underneath him. A guy like Marcus Spears, who's from Baton Rouge. Mm-hmm. He played under Saban. And so, don't tell me he didn't learn from Saban on what he's doing now.
Absolutely.
Yep. Winning that life.
He's winning that life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he talks about that.
Yep.
So those things that I love to see, that I like to see. Well, that's great if you play 10 years. Yep. Man, what are you doing after that?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. If you don't have, I also think Olcott lightning in a bottle with that team. With that quarterback, and then
it was Joe Brady too, though.
Well,
Joe Brady.
So I think I asked this last week. So these Joe Brady and what's the other guy named left?
Dave
Aranda. Did they leave because they know Coach O wasn't no head coach?
Well, Dave left.
They had better opportunities.
He got better.
If I was David Aranda and I saw who was leading this team, as smart as I know David Aranda to be, just by seeing what he look what he got right now. Mm-hmm. Look when he turned. He picked Baylor up off the turf.
Right.
What?
Right.
About
Matt Rule?
Matt Rule a dog, man. Matt Rule could coach, man. Matt Rule.
How long Matt Rule been in the league now?
2 years.
Just 2 years when Aranda got there.
Okay.
So they won like 10 games the year before Dave got there. They lost like 5 games last year now. We ain't about to act like he just know.
Where they at right now, though?
They got like about 4 more losses on that schedule, though. They got about 4 more losses. They ain't play Oklahoma, Texas. They ain't play nobody yet. So anybody who thinking Dave about to be the next coach at LSU, you ain't there for a
No, I didn't.
No, but they got that out there. They leaking that information. Them agents are working right now.
Really?
Yeah, them agents working right now.
Good.
Yeah, so
didn't we say something like that about him?
I like Dave Aranda. I really like Dave Aranda, but I don't think he's top 10 Power 5 coach.
Right.
He's a top 2 defensive coordinator.
I think he's a great defensive
like he's
coordinator.
top 2. Like
That's my opinion because I never seen somebody. He was the only defense. Like I'm not saying he's the only one, but from my point of view, I seen him make in game adjustments in game, like not at halftime, like in game. And I saw this dude play base defense and will whoop you playing base without blitzing. And so when I see stuff like this, man, this cat is different.
Right.
I think he'll still be at LSU, but him and Ogeron had different philosophies.
3 down and 4 down.
Yeah,
and which you shouldn't be playing any of that anyway. You should be 2, 3, and 4 down.
Right.
So you should be multiple anyway. So
but Ogeron is not multiple. He just stuck on 4 down linemen. But you got to be multiple in it
to win.
Right.
You got to be multiple to win, man.
Right.
That's what Clemson do. That's what Bama do. That's what Georgia doing. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just
that's
gotta
what
adjust
Cincinnati
what's going
doing.
on. Right.
Just like we talked about, it's life, man. In life, you got to adjust. And
Is Coach O an old coach?
Yes.
I'm saying like not age, but like he's just like the old school coach.
Yeah, he an old school coach.
Old school, hard nosed, don't want to change nothing.
Yeah, it's like
my thing with Coach O is though, he really think he could fight. Like y'all laughing like nah, he really think he got them hands.
Real like knuckle up fight.
Yeah, he really think he got them hands.
The streets,
yeah, he really think he got them hands.
Wait a minute, man. Come on, please tell me what.
He really think he got them
I
hands.
don't know. Wait, how he get from Coach O to man? He really think he can fight.
Bruh, like
We're like about to school.
Like he really, like this dude really think he got hands. Though I don't like the way he did Jock the other day, man. Y'all seen what he did, Jock?
No, tell me about. I missed.
So a really great reporter, man. You gotta ask Doug about the reporter, man. Jock,
I heard a little bit about it.
In Baton Rouge, man. He been reporting like good dude too, man. Like, and I got family members that was on LSU team prior and won championships, stuff like that. So I know Jock a really good dude.
Right.
And Coach O just cut the man off in the middle of the interview, talking about you trying to get clickbait on me again. Like, what are you doing? Because he the one who videoed O when he was at UCLA and when O went off on the fan talking about a blue shirt.
Right. Oh yeah, right.
So he thought the man was trying to play him. The man was just doing his job.
He doing his job.
You gonna cut the man off?
He didn't kick into your hotel room. You was arriving at the stadium,
and you out here and you open your mouth. What you thought?
And like Doug said the day before, you was walking the street anyway.
Hey.
So now, if you win the game, you not worried about that.
So they got reports out there. Yeah, they got reports out there from before when he was at Ole Miss, how he bust up in the locker room, take his shirt off, and ask the players if anybody think that they man enough to take him. I hope he do that now. I know somebody gonna take him.
I think somebody fight him now.
Oh, they gonna take him, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. I know they gonna take him.
Don't do that now.
Yeah, don't do that right now.
I know players on the team right now.
You know he ain't
they
done
ready
it though, right?
and waiting for it.
Y'all notice he ain't done it though, right?
Yeah, he ain't doing it. Them boys is straight out of Louisiana.
The only reason he do that back then because I think
it still had that parent
respect factor.
Yeah. But it's a parent-childhood relationship.
Yeah, so
parent-childhood relationship. Now we at this place where everybody adult. You know what I'm saying? NIL also too make you feel like adult.
Right.
We making money right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who you talking to?
Right.
Why you talking to me like that? Don't talk to me like a. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like some boy. You know what I'm saying? So
Some boy.
y'all know. So
Coach.
So I got a question. Coach, all right, Coach O gone? Go. This season. Is he gone this season? Dante?
Yes. He gone.
Gone this season. Well, gone. I mean, he gone yesterday.
Next 2 games.
Yesterday.
Next 2 games.
Next 2 games gone.
Next 2 games.
Oh, in season.
In season? Is he going in
Next 2 games.
Yeah, I think on the bye week.
Is he going to bye week?
You gonna have
Before the Bama game?
Got to. That's when you got the most time.
because it's
Who's interim coach?
It don't matter. They ain't keeping them.
It don't
They
matter.
ain't gonna keep
It
them.
don't matter.
Yeah, I find it hard to keep the staff this time around. I love Corey Raymond.
Right.
Like Corey recruiting my dude, my little brother. Ed. Shout out Ed Paris, man, coaching at TSU right now.
Right.
I love Coach Raymond, but
But it's hard to keep him after
after this, man.
Yeah.
So it ain't gonna matter who the interim coach, because ain't nobody
So they
gonna
come
give
in
him
a
a shot
whole new
again.
crew. So
I hope so.
whoever coach they get, they come in a whole new staff, everything.
I pray to God.
So who's the so I'm asking questions. I'm learning this. So what's the guy you said from Cincinnati?
Luke Fickle.
Luke Fickle.
Luke Fickle. All right, who's next? Who's next in line? Somebody.
I like
next.
the coach at Michigan State.
Okay.
What's his name? I don't know his name.
I'm blanking on his name right
I'm
now.
gonna look it up right quick.
He was at Colorado.
Yeah,
he's a defensive coordinator for Georgia too.
Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker.
Yep.
There it is.
Somebody mentioned in the text group today, Eric Bieniemy.
I can't see if
I don't see him coming down now.
like Bieniemy got some.
I don't see him like recruiting.
Nah, he ain't that. Go Google him. He got some stuff when he was coaching at Colorado. Some players with some little charges and they swept that under the rug. He can't have that at LSU.
Yeah, no.
But they're already sweeping too much stuff under the rug.
Right.
So I think that's the reason why he haven't got a head coaching job in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like everybody always like, he black, so that's why he ain't get a. Go look at his background, man. We got to stop just saying people black. That's why they ain't get stuff.
That's real.
Like,
Speak on it, man. Speak on it.
While we on the
Speak on
subject
it. Speak on
of
it.
coaches and their baggage and still getting head coaching
Oh
jobs.
Oh my God.
John Gruden.
he is who we thought he was.
But somebody said ESPN real quiet. They try to tiptoe around it because he was on their staff when a lot of that stuff was coming. You know what I'm saying? That's funny, boy. But you can look at John Gruden and
Who his best friend? Sean Payton. Mm-hmm. So y'all think them conversations ain't going on with him and Sean Payton?
Eric and Sean Payton is.
Everybody in this room talk to each other every day,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely. And if
Best friend situations,
if
right?
they talking and texting like that, it's going on. It's going down. I get it.
Nobody don't want to say that because we from Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah, he is who I thought he was, man.
Yeah.
I expected that from him.
Right.
Somebody say that.
The arrogance to put that in an email.
I don't think it was. You think it was arrogance?
Absolutely.
I think that's just the way they operate in the NFL.
They do.
And this is what I'm saying. You are emailing people in a group email that have corporate servers.
So all of them are like that.
So even if you are emailing from your personal email, that's their job email.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care.
So if it comes down to a subpoena, it's coming out.
Listen, I have a way to look at. Well, this ain't no way. We know this if I say it. Whenever somebody wants to get somebody out of a job, now I'm not saying right or wrong right now, but whenever somebody wants to catch somebody up on something, as flawed as human beings are, if you want to get them out of something, you can get them out of it. And what I'm saying is they cover up what they want to cover up, and they put out what they want to put out. We just talked about Urban Meyer last week and all the stuff that was going on in Miami that people were oblivious to. I know I was oblivious to it. Nobody knew it. This stuff was going on. How you got that many players get arrested and nobody knows? You cover that stuff up. So a lot of, and then how is it that it comes out later? It's something going on.
Yeah.
Somebody trying to get somebody out of the system. Somebody they done bumped heads or something. It's the old thing they used to do in the music industry. Music industry was they would bring them in and get them in compromising positions, whether it's sexually or whatever, and say, I got tape. All day long. And I got tape. Now, you're going to sign on this dotted line. You're going to go on these tours. You're going to do what I want to do. You're not going to ask me for no masters. Because if you do ask me for masters, I'm going to put this tape out and I'm going to end your career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always that type of thing. So I think some of that too, Dante, is in there. I think these guys feel protected. That's why they would do something. I think what you're saying is, why would you do something? I mean, the arrogance is like, you stupid.
No, well, here's the
Yeah, I
thing.
get it.
Here's the thing. Everyone always wondered, oh man, the Rooney Rule. Why? What's the use of having the Rooney Rule? You never gonna, interview these black head coaches. You never interview them with the intent of ever hiring them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna hire no black general manager. You're not gonna hire no any other. You're not gonna hire a woman as a general manager. You're not gonna. But that's the reason why. That's the real. That's the real reason why they're keeping you out of the room.
Yeah.
They keep you because if a black person on that email chain,
It's over. It's been over.
you gonna call DeMaurice Smith, head of the NFLPA, Juris Doctor from University of Virginia, former U.S. Attorney.
True.
You calling him dumb? With your degree from where, John Gruden? That's the arrogance that I'm talking about.
You know what he should have said? DeMaure's not good at his job.
Yeah.
Because that's what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
D. Smith is not good at his
That's
job.
fine. You can say that's fine. That's fine. That is
At that job with the NFL, not with all the other stuff.
Exactly.
His
No,
personal
and that's
business.
fine.
And all. Dude, great. Dude, dope.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's what he
I don't
should've
have
said.
no problem with that kind of criticism.
Yeah.
You gonna call him man?
Yeah.
But that's the same. But that's the same. That gives an echo to the same criticism that you would hear about Cordell Stewart. Mm-hmm. The same criticism you would hear about Steve McNair. The same criticism you would hear about Donovan McNair. Mm-hmm. And on down the line until now, half the league is getting black starters.
Right.
Man, we was just talking about this out in the hall, and we was talking about it with Swag, and it's like when I say Patrick Mahomes, what you think?
Gunslinger, I don't know.
Gunslinger,
Right,
cool,
right,
cool.
right,
Patrick Mahomes, what you think?
Best quarterback I've ever seen play this position.
Lamar Jackson, what you think?
Vic 2.0.
Lamar Jackson.
Who? Creative.
All right. What you said Patrick Mahomes is?
Gunslinger.
All right. Who's the best gunslinger in the last 20 years in the NFL?
Brett Favre.
Why when you think Patrick Mahomes, you think white?
Well, yeah, because look
Why
at
when you think Lamar Jackson, you think black?
him. Look at him, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how the public treat him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our natural instincts is what we always say perception is reality.
Right.
So that's why Patrick Mahomes don't get as much love as he should. Because black people see him as half black. They
True.
see him with a white girl.
True.
See, that's the thing, and that's
When they see Lamar Jackson, they see a cat out the muck.
Right.
Out from out of Florida. They see a cat with his hair twisted.
But the craziest thing, the ones that really know, look at what happened last summer, man. Look who was the first person on that commercial that the NFL put out.
See what I'm saying? I
You know
get
what I'm
what
saying?
I know.
Pat was the first person on that commercial.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. But when you're thinking about stuff like that, your
Right.
perception.
Your perception. And that's what they bank
it.
on, right?
And that's what they banking on, right? So then when that man won the MVP, won the Super Bowl, people was like, oh man, we need a black quarterback. The very next year, Lamar Jackson won.
Yeah.
They was rooting for him.
Right.
Everybody, man, I don't care if he can't throw that good. Like, it's they don't care. Because of perception.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
like, and I think that's what we gotta start getting over that
Right.
as a people too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We personally, because all of us are tied to sports
Right.
and tied to
Right.
everything we do with the youngsters.
Right,
So
right,
if we could get them to understand that now, hey man, you can't treat him no different just because of how he look.
Right.
We can be better off in the situation.
Right.
True.
Because one day all this going in.
Right.
And then all y'all gonna be behind these podcasts and these cameras.
Gonna have these conversations.
True.
Right.
So-
That is true.
This is
So
true.
I think that's the biggest key, man.
Right.
And like you said, if somebody else was in there that was black, it wouldn't have never happened.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. These are the rooms that they don't want
I mean,
you in.
they exist. We not to get that stuff exists. The room, these exclusions, these good old boys. It's still the good old boy system. It's still this system. You know what I'm saying? And as much as they try to put it out in the media and say all these different technical words about what it was and what it ain't, we know what it is. You know, who knows happened? You just, it's one of those things, man. It's one
And the
of them
thing
things.
is, and I was listening to another podcast. Shout out Bomani Jones.
Shout out,
Time
yeah,
was-
yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
mine was
yeah.
hard, boy.
Yeah.
He made a very good point about the NBC coverage of it. Now they had the, unfortunate for them, they had the lightning delay, so they had to extend their halftime. And they had to kind of sit there and talk about this for real.
And it's funny how it work out sometimes.
And it's funny how it work out. Yeah, that's true.
That Drew Brees was not part of the discussion. And he said a lot of people would go on the point that they think I'm making is, why the white man gets to skate on this. No, in 2011 during the lockout, Brady, Brees, Manning. Those were the three names that were on the getting ready to decertify the union. Mm-hmm. They were the three people that were the headlining names of the lawsuit to decertify the union. Mm-hmm. The head of the NFLPA was the subject of this email. Drew Brees won't have nothing to say about this entire situation. This is what John Gruden was thinking of you and your plight to have during the lockout of the league. Mm. Why can't you? You ain't got no comment?
I mean,
You got no comment. Like I said,
protect yourself.
who is John Gruden's best friend?
Exactly.
Sean Payton.
Right.
Who was Sean Payton quarterback?
Yeah, that's it.
Drew Brees.
Right.
Yep, Super Bowl quarterback.
And
Hall
when
of
Sean
Fame
Payton come from who? Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells was. So that's why we push the issue on kids.
Right,
Doing something. Because I was talking to a kid the other day, man, and I was telling him, bro, like, I don't care what your parents do in life, like, because you play ball, that don't mean nothing. Like,
Right.
you should be making more money than your parents by the time you 18 anyway.
Yeah, right.
Like, because
That's
it's
true.
everything's so digital
There's
now.
too much opportunity.
Everything, like you can make more money than your parents right now. Like,
Right.
it don't make no sense for you to just, especially if you play ball
Right.
in high school.
Yep.
Which it brings me to another point about Sean Payton. You know,
When Dougie go, you know he about to come up with something.
it's like, you know, when like sometimes like even, and it goes both ways. Okay. I think you have, for reasons where, you know, I think black people some have races inside of them. So do white people.
Absolutely.
They do. Absolutely. Because it go both ways.
It is. Right.
That's how it is. Right? So both ways, you know, sometimes, so like with Sean Payton, he may not come out and say, well, I don't want Jameis to be successful because he's a black quarterback. But sometimes your actions speak for itself in a sense where, you know, you cannot outperform Drew Brees.
Right.
Now, Drew Brees had every right to still play last year with what he did for the city of New Orleans.
Yep.
I'm not taking it away. But Drew Brees couldn't throw this water bottle to Dante because of his shoulder.
Yeah.
And
true.
you basically, and they still got to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this year. I'm watching it, right? And I think about the black quarterback, and that's why I respect these guys like Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, you know, Patrick Mahomes.
Pat
Pat
Mahomes, man.
Mahomes, he black. You know, one thing I respect about those guys, and they know this. I think this is something Cam didn't get. I don't think Cam didn't really didn't get this. I think Cam really worked on his craft. Cam probably been the greatest quarterback that ever played the game. This is my opinion. He just didn't work. Cam was still throwing off his back foot in year 8.
I can see
You're
that.
not working on your craft, Cam.
Right,
You're
right.
just using talent.
Right.
And I think these guys understand this. They understand that they have a shorter leash than every other quarterback. So Lamar Jackson every year has to get better every single year.
And he does.
He's getting better because he knows if he doesn't, they're going to figure him out, right?
Right.
And if they did something in the past, if they have a stigma labeled to them, that's a wrap. A black quarterback cannot have a stigma attached to their name. What's Jameis Winston's stigma? He's a turnover machine. And so now they think he can't overcome that. And so Sean Payton play calling up until maybe last game is absolutely horrific.
Safe.
You're not letting him make a mistake. You're not letting him be the quarterback that he's capable of being.
Right.
Regardless of him throwing almost 30 interceptions, he still threw for 40 touchdowns over 5,000 yards.
Led the league.
And he had LASIK surgery, so you know he probably seeing double. But again, that's that indebted in his mind, and it's the stigma attached to him. Because why? Oh, for instance, okay, Brett Favre. Why you gotta stop Brett Favre throwing the football?
And that boy was throwing them things, throwing them interceptions, boy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why you gotta stop him from throwing it?
Yep.
But now you're gonna hold back Jameis from throwing the football. So it's those things that's indebted in them, and they really don't know why.
Right.
And so when I see these black quarterbacks, that's why I salute them and I applaud them about day in and day out. You know how hard it is every single year to improve and work in your craft? That's hard.
Yeah.
At the top.
At the top.
The top tier.
And defensive coordinators in NFL are smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, we seeing it right now with Mahomes. We seeing it right now with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they smart, bro.
I remember when Cap ran that pistol there, Cap and RG3 ran that pistol. And they ran, all right, let me go back before that. When they did that Wildcat at Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
And went like 12-0 or something like
they
that.
was killing.
Right? Because they couldn't game plan for it. We're in the middle of the season. We already had training camp, all that stuff. They ran that pistol and nobody could stop it. That next year,
Everybody stopping.
Because that's one thing I love about the NFL is that it's really that level. They really on that level to where you're not about to come with this gimmicky stuff. You got about a season. You better win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. Because we coming back next year. I'm seeing it somewhere with Mahomes now and with Tyreek and with them. And they got some other stuff going on with their team too. But
I got it. Injuries.
Yeah,
but it's not. But you got to realize when he came out with light in the bottom at the beginning, who there was? Wasn't it Kareem Hunt with them too?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was all over the place. Like you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's a little different now, but you figure them out. Everybody figuring everybody out. And that's what you're saying, getting better every year. Defense coordinator smart. Whatever you did last year, you better not come with that same thing.
Got to add another tool.
Yeah, because I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it.
That's what they do in basketball.
Yep.
That's what they do in basketball, man.
Absolutely. Our top level. And that's what I love about. I do love that about. You know, I'll watch games. I like the games and everything, but then I'll go back and watch them again. Almost like to watch tape. You know what I'm saying? And see different stuff. And so I can admire people getting better or outsmarting people in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more smarts to it than people think too. You know what I'm saying? More smart. A lot of skill, but there's more smarts to it. And that's what separates the elite from the, you know what I'm saying, from the, just the regular professional players. You know what I'm saying? And coaches and different things.
It's changing too. Obviously, everything has its time. If you did try to hold back, black quarterbacks playing NFL, but who run the NFL now, mainly black quarterbacks. And I think you will see a point in time where you're going to see a lot more black general managers. You are. Mm-hmm. You're going to see a lot more black owners as well. But also one thing that, and then when you get to that point, you can't get in this black and white type.
I gotta see that part, Doug, by the owners, because
I think I know I get it.
But I believe it.
I honestly believe it. Look, honestly, one thing the pandemic did. It opened up a lot of stuff, and I saw a lot of stuff. Like, wait a minute, and I see things shifting in a direction where they're not gonna be able to stop it.
Right.
20 years. 20 years. You think in 20 years you'll see one?
I can see one, yeah. But also, what we have to do too, though, when we do get in a leadership position, we can't not get high-minded and think more than who we really are. Because I've seen it over and over again. Like
there's an old adage, and we tried to cancel it a couple of years back. And they used to tell us we're probably old enough to be told that when we were younger. Mm-hmm. And when you're applying for a position or you're trying to get a position, you got to be 2 times as good as that boy. And we tried to cancel it a couple of years ago. It shouldn't be that. We should just tell them we're great and everything. And I agree. But what I have learned about that statement.
No, that's what you tell yourself.
Yeah. Right.
That you're great.
Yeah.
But you do have to be better.
But you better be better.
You better be better. And what that has done has made somebody like Lamar Jackson, like it has built this caliber of player where you can't even deny how good they are.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get on here and you can say what you want. You can call me all that, whatever you want to do. You may not want me to play, but you cannot deny that I'm head over. I'm like way over.
Oh, I'm that dude.
What your best is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dude. Right.
And that's what he was saying. That's what exactly happened to Cam Newton.
Right.
Cam Newton ain't do that.
Right. You true.
He ain't do that.
But Vic didn't either, huh?
No.
Well, Vic got the, the little situation with the dogs and all that. Like,
which I feel.
It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. But he bouncing back though.
Yeah, he didn't do that till later in his career. When he started watching film, like if you know what the Eagles with Andy Reid, Michael Vick was MVP. Until he got hurt.
Yeah, boy, that's true.
And so,
but it was later on, man. Yeah. I think we got something to see in Lamar.
Yeah, I think he's great, man.
I think we have yet to see.
He big in his community too. Mm-hmm. Like he do a lot.
Right. And he ain't got a lot of weapons.
Hollywood been giving me some points in fantasy though.
This man undefeated in fantasy, man.
Oh man.
You want to talk about fantasy? You don't want to talk about fantasy?
Nah,
I might go down this week.
No, hold on. Who is this bet for swag?
It's for swag. It's for swag. It ain't for me. I'm too close.
I don't. That's
I'm
a
too
good
close
thing.
right now. I'm too close right now.
Because I told you. You done this the last 2 episodes.
I'm trying to get you into it, man.
No,
so much better, bro.
Hey, Kiara, where you at?
Her name ain't Kiara, bro. And I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
and
you know her
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, dude.
It ain't got nothing to do with
because
me.
this the 3rd time you asked me about fantasy.
Oh.
And you
What's
know
wrong with fantasy, man?
Because I deleted
we all in the same league.
I deleted the app.
You see?
Huh?
I deleted the app.
How can you delete the app when we in the league?
Do you see what I'm saying?
Because I don't pay attention.
You ain't got no storage on your phone?
I do.
The league is called the Evergreen Fantasy League.
Like, come on, man. But I might go down this week though, man. I got a lot of players on by this week.
Hey, Will, I appreciate that. You see what Will did? He let it go.
Yeah, man.
But you keep on.
But he felt my sentiment though. He did feel my sentiment when you was like, "What?"
Because I miss some paid leagues and we pay up front, and you can't
drop out like that
because you letting other people win.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can't.
I dropped out of this one. Oh man, this man. What's my record though? I'm pretty good. I'm losing.
You owing everything. Yeah. No, you beat Raj this week.
I did.
You beat Raj, so you won
Raj.
Man, you know what?
See,
you about to talk no?
No, I'm about to.
Dante, man, you been keeping up with basketball?
No,
you ain't been keeping up with the basketball, man.
My preseason.
Man, Zion hurt again already, bro.
I heard.
I don't understand how this man is stay hurt. Is it his weight?
Yes, absolutely. What did he hurt? What did he hurt? What was it? I think
it's a foot.
Yeah, well, the thing is, as a sprint coach, as a coaching sprints and running, just watching him run is painful for me.
Got that limp?
Nah, it's just like the way
that he runs,
the way he runs, the way his foot hits the floor, and I mean, granted, he is a superhuman But I mean, that's wear and tear now. Like, you ain't playing against, private school kids. You ain't playing against no, college kids that might or might not make the league. No, you playing against people that's in the league. And like, you talking about playing against like a Giannis.
Right.
Giannis know how to run.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got to run with him right now.
I've actually talked to the coach that taught him how to run.
Yeah.
Once he got to the league.
Well, how we gonna get you to help Zion then?
Like,
let's
cut
You're right.
Cut the check.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
Cut the check. I'll be there tomorrow.
But see, it's those things. It's those things.
His biomechanics. His biomechanics are horrible.
But see, it's those things. Why you not bringing somebody in to do that?
And once it gets to a certain point, it's going to break down, and it gets there quicker with someone who is 260 pounds.
He like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And like,
David Griffin's still the GM over there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's the type of stuff he need to be thinking about, right? Right. If you're trying to protect your star player,
David Griffin don't think though.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He don't think.
That's what I'm saying. So now,
LeBron Ben said that.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. And LeBron did stuff to have to think for himself. Mm-hmm. He did it for himself. LeBron hired one of them dudes to teach him how to run.
Well, why if LeBron do all? I watched the episode before y'all talk about LeBron and all that. Why these younger cats not following in them footsteps? Setting up their business the same way,
setting up their
keeping their body the same way,
setting up their circle the same way.
You ain't even got to set up your circle that way. You could use his circle,
right,
and just pay them.
Well, that's the mystery of life right now. Why would you not? Now, I think that maybe we're gonna see for the rest of the season. I think that maybe AD might have took a picture out of the book health wise for this off season. We didn't see him. He looked better. He looked healthier.
Got married and everything.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch. LeBron did that same thing, man. Like he did that thing all the way through, and it's on purpose. And I'm not saying I don't know what is life like, otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But as far as handling his business, doing that. So in my mind, why are you not following the same suit? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't got to do everything exactly like you did it. But it works.
Yeah.
Not only that it works, he's arguably the GOAT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's arguably. You know what I'm saying?
In my mind.
So you know what I'm saying? So now what we talking about? Like it made it happen, and then the people that's with him.
Tom Brady, man. Like, you know how Tom Brady take that 1 year off and he come back and win it? That's LeBron.
Absolutely. And all his people are thriving in what they're doing.
That's true.
Mims, Mav, Rich Paul, all them thriving in what they're doing, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know if they
Can we send a video to him or something, bro? Like, his team, his team is small though. He, like his mom and dad really like take care of him.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, let's try it, man. Let's try it, man. I'm with it. Let's
do
try
something, bro. Social media is amazing. Like,
It's like-
it can get you somewhere else, and the person that need the help.
It's just that and I'm sure Nike has probably done some kind of bioanalysis, but what they're going to probably do is try to fix it in the shoe. Doesn't matter what the shoe
You saw that boy bust out that shoe that one time.
Right. It doesn't matter what the shoe. It doesn't matter what the shoe does if the leg, the foot, the ankle, all hitting in the wrong spot.
So I got a question. Is it something that he has to do? So he's going to take up on himself because they're not going to do it. He's going to have to take up on himself to really look into that, or his people.
I mean, honestly, it is on him.
Yeah,
You a professional.
Right.
You young, but you are a professional.
That is true. They're not.
but his dad is his trainer though.
Yeah.
His dad is his trainer. His mom is his chef.
Yeah,
Like,
is he training on post moves? Is he training? But I mean, that's
What's the level of
like training for
of
like what's his level of professionalism?
I have no idea.
Is he training pros?
No.
Yeah, or is he training?
No, he just training
He's training Giants.
Yeah,
That's the only pro. And that's cool to keep it in the house. Then cool. Hey, pops, I need you to go take these classes, get these certifications. Then when you come back around and train me.
We talking about Brown. Another thing we saw about Brown, we all watched it from high school on to where we are now.
Yeah.
But another thing we saw about him was, even in the interviews they would have with him, he was thinking himself differently. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no daddy around there telling him. His mom, wasn't really telling him like they should take care of him and everything. But so he was kind of thinking different at that time too. And I don't know if some of these guys still have the AAU mentality. They still got the coddled. They coddled everybody, giving them special attention because they were so good, young. They got so big when they was, you know what I'm saying? That whole, y'all know what I'm talking about, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have the grip in their mind to actually take reins of their own lives. That's the thing. To actually, okay, look, I got to take the reins. And LeBron took the reins of his own life early on. Yeah. Like from the jump, from what we know, from what we saw. Even to go meet with people like Warren Buffett when you're 18, like what? That's the first thing I'd have done if I'm coming up in the league. The first thing I'd have done as an 18-year-old, I think for me, I didn't have no skills and like that to play, but my mind at the time when I was 18, I would have done something like that.
Yeah. Because
I'm thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if some of these guys are thinking like that. I don't know if Zion was so big and so, you know what I'm saying? I mean, big literally like as a stature, but he was so big like in the media and everything that I don't know if you think you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that clicks later, and a lot of people it don't click till later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then for him, God forbid that it clicks too late for what y'all talking about, how to run, how to take care of yourself, because once it's over with, and they done with you.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's gonna be tough for him. I mean, he's like you said, 20 years. He's been running like that since he can walk. So, man, it's hard to change something.
Do you need to lose weight?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
The pandemic, we got everybody though.
Man, hey, they talking about that with that food getting to them.
But that's the thing. Like when he showed up to the bubble, he looked good. Right, like he was ripped. Yep. I don't know what he was doing during that time before arriving at the bubble. Everything was good. He looked good. He came out, played well. And last year played well last year. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was averaging 25 and like 18.
He was getting
like stats. He getting them stats now.
So he was eating. Right. But if you gotta, only one way to get from one end of the court to the other, you gotta run.
And you gotta run for 82 of them things. 82 of them things before the playoffs.
Nah, they ain't getting in no playoffs. Nah.
Hey. Where he from? Where they originally from?
South Carolina.
Okay, so his mom is a cook.
Oh, she know how to cook.
Well, she's South Carolina. Well, she's South Carolina, but she didn't figure out how to make that gumbo.
And then she didn't come. Then she came down to New Orleans.
She didn't figure out how to make that gumbo. And that,
They live in Kentucky.
Between barbecue and the seafood down here, they know what they're doing in the kitchen. That's for doggone sure.
Ben Simmons came back, huh?
Yeah. No, I keep up with the news part of it. I ain't watching no actual games.
I've been watching.
I've been watching Kung Fu.
I think the season too long though.
Kung Fu Kyrie.
I really think the NBA season too long.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The NBA 60 games is enough for NBA season.
50, 60 max. 82 is ridiculous.
It is too many games.
That's a lot of games, bro. That's a lot of games plus playoffs. If you're going,
season.
Which is another reason why what LeBron does is amazing.
Then they added a play-in game.
Yeah,
like just add games. Come on, man.
So Kyrie then we talking about the news.
Kyrie?
Yeah. What you think? All right, yeah. I'm sure. If you listen to last week, you already know how I feel.
Yeah.
So I
really think Kyrie gonna always be Kyrie. He a flat earther, so he think the earth flat, plain and simple. So
right. So that gives me enough for me to go off of right now.
So if he in a situation where he needed to be traded, he should ask for a trade. He didn't ask for a trade. They should say he voided his contract. That's how I feel about it. Like if you don't want to play for us, I'm not going to hold you hostage and make you play for me.
That's true.
True.
So if you got to go, you got to go.
Right.
One way or the other. Right. So if you violated your contract, you didn't do everything in accordance to play.
Right.
These are the rules that we have set.
Yep.
Right.
I ain't saying what to do with the shot. That's on you, bro.
Right.
But this is what we do for my job. For this job.
So
this job position is the qualifications.
Or go somewhere else. Find your agent. Go find somewhere else that don't need it. Don't need the shot, and then we're gonna ship you there.
Right.
Tell them send us all they picks for the next 10 years.
That's right.
And everybody be happy.
That's true.
Straight up.
There's an actual trade out there that could work, money wise and trade wise. And they announced it early in the season, but it didn't get no buzz because nobody really cares that much right now for the team, all the players, because it's just they on the low. But Houston said they were them and John Wall mutually trying to find somewhere else to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's a trade that'll work, but Kyrie ain't going to Houston.
Man, I'd be
Kyrie, according to Kyrie's not going anywhere.
I think
If he goes somewhere, he's going to retire. So his trade value is tanked. So they're not going to. No one's going to trade him.
I don't think that's true. I think he'll go somewhere. I think he's trying to fight the power right now. But I think he'll go somewhere as long as it's a contender.
Fight the power for what? Because this thing, this dude here he's a living, breathing just annoyance. That's all he really does. Because the reason
I love trolls though.
the reason
I love trolls, but I really love trolls.
But I love trolls too. But I like trolls that have a cause.
Yeah.
You are trolling with no cause at all. Because
I don't know.
Right now, the quotes that have come from his mouth.
Yeah.
Right through. He's saying that he's doing this for people who lost their jobs during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. But he said it. But he said it through an anonymous source. Yeah. He said, "You want to be a voice for the voiceless. You're not even using your voice to be a voice for the voiceless. What in the world are you talking about?"
I think this conversation gonna go somewhere else because it reminds me of Colin Kaepernick, and like it's the same type of situation.
Yes, it is.
And I bashed Kaepernick on my show, bashed him for years. And my son got a Kaepernick jersey. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. The truth is the truth. Some people are for you, and some people just say they for you. Mm-hmm. When their actions don't line up with what they saying, you got to believe what you see.
Yeah.
Believe none of what you heard and half of what you saw.
So what actions are you saying?
That's true.
I'm saying Kyrie Irving don't want to play basketball, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they should cut him.
Right.
And you voided your contract.
Yeah. That's what I was asking.
That's all I'm saying.
So you cut Kyrie Irving right now, and I went and looked at some stuff. If you cut him right now, what's the ramification? So they don't have to pay him nothing. Well, I saw the other day they had to pay him partly for
that's probably gonna go into arbitration.
Away games and all that stuff like that.
But they gonna win. He don't want to take the shot.
It depends on who's the arbitrator.
And that's the thing.
If you go into arbitration, it got to depend on what they believe.
No, stop. No. You brought up a good point about Kyrie don't want to play. It ain't about no vaccine. Ain't about Kyrie taking no shot.
We saw it last year.
When Kyrie just took a break. Kyrie really don't want to play basketball. Now I think it's just a gateway to say, yeah, I'm standing for the people and all that stuff, which is true, which,
that's
far as cool. And we had a conversation a while back about this. Like, you do what you want to do. That's on you. No diss either way. Right? Either way. So it comes to the point now where, like, if somebody is vaccinated, people get mad. If you're not vaccinated, you get mad. And people got their opinion. But that's what you want to do and no issue. But just say you don't want to play basketball. Right?
That's okay.
Like the Kaepernick situation. The whole Kaepernick situation basically went total left field. And I know personally, somebody was on that team. Mm-hmm. Kaepernick's intentions was not to do that.
Right.
I'm being honest with you. That wasn't his intentions.
And they spun it.
They spun it. And when he got to the locker room, they asked him, hey, well, then he started dating that chick. Anyway.
Thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah, so if Kyrie just said, I don't want to play basketball, that's what you need to say. I just don't want to play basketball. And I think that's what is coming to. So, but now he's trying to get in this role, this superhero role, and with this whole cancel culture and all, it's not going to go right. Mm-hmm. Just say you don't want to play.
And that's totally fine, man.
And that's totally fine.
Like, it's okay.
And if Kyrie did say something, it doesn't matter what he's going to say. They're going to kill him.
They're going to kill him anyway.
They're going to kill him. Even like what you're saying, you should say it through a not anonymous source. Just speak for the people.
They're going to kill him.
Kill him.
They're going to kill him.
They're going to kill him regardless. So, and then Kyrie is just...
Kyrie? Like what you said, Kyrie going Kyrie.
Kyrie going Kyrie. Plain and simple. He been Kyrie since he was in college.
And I'm not going.
This is true.
And I'm not going to lose no sleep over it because I don't have Kyrie money yet. So.
Yeah, but I feel it, bro. Like I said, I really think they should just go ahead on and get rid of him, and then.
But back to playing, and if he's gonna retire and all that stuff, I think.
We gonna go to the big three?
Well, I don't
like the stuff that people come up with don't make sense. It don't make common sense. I'm not gonna play in the NBA. So you gonna go play?
Yeah, it's true.
With Ice Cube.
Right.
That you gonna go overseas? They ain't even accepting people in them countries right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So what you gonna do?
Right.
Like I said,
and who made you a voice of the people?
This is the truth.
Thank you.
Like,
man, who made a lot of people voice of the people?
True. Come on.
Never mind.
I mean,
Yeah. Like I just don't get it, man. Like, y'all gotta stop, man.
All this voice of the people.
Like,
Yeah. But like you said, he just. I don't think I really want to play no. That's just my opinion.
would you trade Ben Simmons for Zion?
Absolutely.
Who you saying for Zion?
From what end?
Pels.
You saying the
Pels.
Pelicans?
If I was Pels
You the Pels.
GM, if I'm
You the
Pels
Pels.
GM,
You
would
the
I
Pels
take
GM.
Ben Simmons for Zion?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It was the same player. At this point, they're the same player.
Yeah.
Except Zion is actually willing to shoot the basketball
Yeah.
from the outside.
I watched the podcast. Ben chose not to shoot like y'all say.
The reason I'll take him is what we talked about a couple minutes ago. I don't know what Zion's health is going to be like in the next 5 years. Now, we a lot of us talked about that when Zion came in the league. We was like, how long this boy really gonna play?
I sincerely hope he's.
I hope so too. But like, I think what you're saying makes sense. He's going to have to do something else.
He can't be. Results are the results. If he's hurt already, the season hasn't started yet.
What is his third season? This is second or third season? This is third season. Third season, yeah.
So it doesn't look good.
But we're going to see. We're going to see it play out, man. This has been the Evergreen Pod, everybody. This has been a good one, y'all. Will, thanks for coming,
plug, man.
Yeah, plug. You got to plug your business, man. Everything you got going
Glory
on, man.
Real Estate Solutions, man.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to Glory Real Estate Solutions, man. Me and my wife Angel, man, we started Glory Real Estate Solutions like 5 years ago, man. We booming right now. We do everything. One-stop shop for all your real estate needs. Glory Real Estate Solutions, Instagram, Facebook, everything, man. Glory Real Estate Solutions. We doing a lot of renovations right now with Hurricane Ida, man, and the players.
Hit them up.
I got so much work right now, but we could get you in. 504-473-7003.
Put it out there. We gonna put it on the screen.
504-473-7003.
What the email you at?
Glory Real Estate Solutions at gmail.com, man.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
One-stop shop, all your real estate needs.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Bye.
Man.
I tell everybody this all the time, though. Like, for real, though. For real. I tell everybody this all the time, man.
Yep.
Buy a lot of them 10, 20, $30,000 houses. Take it $10, $20, $30,000, put it back in it. Now you got a $60,000 house that might be worth like $150.
Yep.
My dude Kendall was on here talking about that too. I say, man, I got to get with that young man.
Yeah,
you know what he's talking about because I'm doing the same thing, man.
That's it.
Yep.
So, and then go ahead and take your FHA mortgage.
Yep.
Go ahead on and get you a duplex.
Hey.
Wait a year and go get you a FHA mortgage and go get you a fourplex.
Come on, man.
Now you got 6 units.
Come on, man.
Make about $5,000 a month.
Evergreen Real Estate.
I'm giving you the juice.
I'm
giving you the juice. We dropping them.
There it is.
Glory Real Estate Solutions, man.
There it is, man. Man, we appreciate you coming on, bro. We got to do this again soon. So don't be surprised. You know,
I might be moving, man.
you're taking trips down here. On
I might be
Wednesdays.
moving, man.
All right, well, you know,
Hey.
don't be surprised, man, because it's a good look, bro. It's
The
good,
wife will
good
be
vibes.
happy.
Good vibes.
wife will be
I
happy,
know that
man.
for sure, man. I know that, man. This has been Evergreen Pod. Follow us on. Tell them, Doug. Tell them what you got to tell them, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. The camera right there.
Off camera right here. Follow us on Instagram at evergreen_pod, TikTok evergreen_pod. Also, our YouTube channel is the Evergreen Pod. Subscribe, share. If not, we don't care.
Right.
We're still gonna be back here doing our thing, pumping out information. I know it's entertaining. I know when y'all watch this, it's entertaining. I know you scroll through our Instagram page. Hold on, I gotta say something real quick. I know. You keep the music.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, man.
Yeah. I know you scroll through our Instagram page, you look at it, you don't like it, you don't reshare it. But when you see the information, you see the content, you're shaking your head, you're laughing. This is funny. You're telling your friends, you're telling your girlfriend, you're telling your homeboys. Y'all see Evergreen Pod, they dope. But my hating spirit in me just don't want to like it. My hating spirit in me just don't want to subscribe. My hating spirit don't want to repost. My hating spirit says, I really don't like them. I can be doing this. But guess what? You're not doing it. So if you're not doing it, support somebody that is doing it. And if you support somebody that is doing it, maybe you can be doing it. So go subscribe. You know, we try to come up with all these different things. Well, maybe we can do this, get them subscribed. Maybe we can do that. No, just take your hating fingers. Okay. Matter of fact, before you do that, seriously, wake up in the morning and ask God to release that spirit of haterism off your soul, off your mind, off your conscience, off your emotions, off your intellect.
Come on.
And just hit the subscribe button. Because we're not going nowhere.
Nowhere.
If you're not, your girlfriend will.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
This is what we doing tonight, huh?
Oh.
Let's go, baby.
Oh.
Your girl.
The girl like it?
Girl like the pod.
going down on Evergreen?
It's the Evergreen Pod.
Mama, we made it.
Mama, we made it. Y'all follow, like, subscribe, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Follow us all up. This has been the Evergreen Pod. We'll see y'all next round. God bless.